Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a new layout to share for Bella Blvd. I'm using two cut files today, this really cute bunny silhouette and this title that's called a bunny hop. So those are both available from the Silhouette Design Store. Yeah, so I take a little while to get going with this layout really, because I kind of knew what I wanted to achieve, but every time I arranged everything on my layout, it just didn't look quite right. So I had to go off camera and reassess and then come back with a different design. So you'll see how that progresses as we go ahead. But my assignment today was to use cut files, but also to have a spring or Easter theme. So I've gone for bunny ear photos because, well, apart from anything else, my daughter loves bunnies. She really wants one, a real one, but no chance. Anyway, little bunny filter on the phone was great fun to take photos with. So right now I have cut the bunny hop cut file from pink paper, from cotton candy paper, I have I'm backing it now with white card. So I actually cut a second cut file using the same cut file. So I cut it again, but I only cut the outline only. So that gave me a perfect fitting white background to go behind my pink one. So that is how I have done that. I'm adding back in my little bits, little circles from Bunny and O and P. I actually attach those the other way around. So the paper that I'm using for that is the Graph and Dot from the Bella Besties. And I've cut the bunny hop cut file from the dotty side, and I have cut the and then when I added the circles, I added them the other way around, so you could see the graph. So that just gave a nice little bit of extra contrast, really. And I've also cut two little bunnies from the bunny silhouette, and they are in the blue colour, the turquoisey colour. It's called Ice. And I've cut the little ears, the little bit for the ears. That's also in the pink, the cotton candy colour. So basically, I'm mostly using Bella Besties today. Those four colours. I'm going to add two more colours in a minute. You can see that I'm now fussy cutting out some hearts. They are a sheet of paper from the Chloe collection. I'm just cutting all of those out, and I'm arranging them into colours. They're really random on the paper. There it is there. I'm just cutting them up and working out how many I've got in each one, and I'm going to look to see which colours I can use for this spring themed or Easter themed layout. And I really want to focus on like I mean, they're all spring colours really, but I wanted to focus mostly on the lighter, more pastel shades. So here we've skipped forward a little bit. So I've cut out some more bunnies in pink and green and yellow. So the official colours for Bella Blvd are: the blue is called Ice, the pink is called Cotton Candy, the yellow is called Bell Pepper, and the green one is called Pickle Juice. So they're the colours that I've used, and I've cut out the bunnies in those colours. I've got two of the blue ones, and I've got the hearts in those colours only as well. So from all of those fussy cut hearts that I had earlier, I only picked out those four colours. And now what I'm going to do is stick my bunnies onto a piece of white cardstock. So you can see that that's what I'm doing now. I'm sticking them down quite well so that they all the bits are stuck down. So there's no point just sticking down the middle. I would normally just put a line of tape in the middle of the bunny, but I need all the edges to be stuck down quite well because I'm going to stitch around them, and they will lift if they're not stuck properly. So that's what I'm doing there, just getting those stuck onto a piece of white card. I'm going to cut them out and then sew around each one in coordinating colours of thread. And I've also cut down the cut file title. So it initially said bunny hop, but it just wasn't working with my layout. So I just chopped off the word bunny and just stuck with hop. And that works much better for the arrangement on the layout. Perhaps I should just have cut it smaller. That may have worked. But in this case, the word hop worked really well. So we're going to go with that. So right now I've got all my bunnies cut apart, and I'm just going to go around them and pierce holes using my paper piercing tool and a foam mat underneath. Just trying to keep my holes fairly close together but even. They have to go closer around corners or or around curved edges, especially like a very steep curve, like the ends of the ears, for example. You have to go a bit close together. So just piercing through those, and then I will start stitching, and I'm going to use pink thread on the pink bunny and blue thread on the blue bunnies and yellow thread on the yellow bunny, etc. Coordinating thread, basically. So I just went through my collection of embroidery flosses and pulled out ones that were close enough in colour. I'm going to stitch around each one of these, and I'm going to do that in just back stitch, so it's just like a straight stitch going all the way around. And then I'm going to trim out the bunnies using just scissors. So once they're all stitched, just trim around them with scissors and leave a small white border. And these, therefore, to me, now they feel finished. So when they were just cut as bits of paper, they just didn't quite feel finished. So now they have the little white border and the stitching as well. They feel much better. They feel like they're a great little embellishment to use. And now I just have to rearrange them onto my layout to make sure that I'm happy with something. So I'd already figured out the rough design. I've got them all over on the left-hand side with my photos towards the right and my title underneath the photo. So that was my plan. And then I plan to intersperse the hearts around the bunnies and maybe to add some other bits and pieces there as well. But right now I'm just carefully cutting around the remaining bunnies there, and now I'm going to start getting everything into place and stuck down. So yeah, it's all coming together quite well, actually. I feel like I had to do a bit of planning and a bit of preparation, and then once I was happy with how everything looked, I had to play around with it for ages to work out how I wanted everything to be. Initially, I wanted everything to be in a horizontal design, but it just wasn't working. They just didn't look right. My initial idea with just the 2 blue bunnies, that didn't work either. So, you know, sometimes it takes a while to get there. But I'm so happy with how this layout turned out in the end that it was definitely worth the effort. So I'm currently just dressing the edges of this layout. I'm just going to go with a white cardstock background. But then I started to worry that it would be too boring. You know, it needed something on the background. So I really quite like to use pattern papers, but with these colours, I felt a white background was best. But I was just worried that my background was a bit too white. So what I've done is I've grabbed a new colour of Shimmers paints. It's a Shimmerings spray bottle. And the Shimmerings mean that they're very pale and very subtle, and they're just to provide you with a light shimmering. So that is exactly what I needed for the background for this layout. I just wanted a small amount of something on the background that wasn't going to be overpowering. So this beautiful shimmery light pale pink spray was just perfect. It's called Sweet Baby Girl, and it's brand new in the Shimmers shop this month. So that was just ideal. I have sprayed the background, and then dried it with a heat tool. It's warped a little bit, but don't worry, I'm going to solve that problem later on. Now I have the perfect base and shimmer for my bunnies. So I can now start arranging them all onto the layout together with the hearts and work them into a arrangement or design that I'm happy with. I have an idea that I'm going to stitch through all of the hearts, so I need them to be fairly separate from each other, not overlapping too much, but to be close enough that they look coherent and look like they're all kind of connecting. I'm aiming for kind of colour on colour, so I'm aiming for the green hearts near the green bunnies and the pink hearts near the pink bunnies, etc. Right now I'm adding tails to my bunnies. So these bunny silhouettes don't have faces, so to me that looks like that's their backs. So I've just found some pom-pom trim and chopped off some pom-poms, and they are going to be their tails. How cute is that? So I'm going to pop those on and add those later on. So now I need to spend some time getting everything stuck in place. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking, so I'm going to just go down and get everything stuck in place. and also stitch through those hearts too. So we've moved on slightly here, and things are all stuck in place. All of my bunnies are raised on foam pads. My photos are stuck down. I've actually mounted them onto a journaling card, a bright pink one from the Chloe collection. It's from the cut apart sheet, and it was a bright pink 6x4 card. So I cut that out and distressed the edges, added my photos to there, and that just gave it a little pop of pink, which I felt that it needed slightly. And I stitched through every single one of those hearts as well on my sewing machine using just white thread. And I trimmed the ends, so rather than, I normally pull them through to the back and secure them perfectly, but on this occasion I just left them long, not long, I trimmed them so they're maybe, I don't know, ½ inch long, but I didn't pull them all the way through and secure them, so they are just floating. And I just like the whimsical look that gives. So now I'm going through the Squeeze the Day ephemera to find anything spring related or that works with these photos and this colour scheme, and pulling out bits and pieces that I can layer on top of the bunnies and the hearts and things. So I've pulled out a few bits. I say mostly I'm focusing on colour, but of course I'm obviously paying attention to the words as well, because there's no point having like summer fun on a spring layout or something like that. So I pulled out the things that would work. So I've got that yellow speech bubble at the top there that says "You're sweet." I've got "Love this" yellow arrow above my photo. On the pink bunny, I've got one that says "Sweet on you." On the green bunny, I've got one that says "Sweet, sweet spring." Underneath the green bunny, I've got "Loving this," and then on the blue bunny, I've got "Fabulous." So those all work really well. They're all fairly generic, and the spring one is perfect because obviously this is a spring or Easter layout. Yep, loving how that's looking, and just gives me a little bit more interest. So rather than just the bunnies, I've got something else onto the layout as well, which is really lovely. So just getting all of those stuck in place now. So now I'm coming in with some of the trinkets, and I just wanted to fill in some of the gaps in between the bunnies and the hearts. So I'm adding in the yellows, and I'm trying to aim for all flowers, some hearts as well, but mostly flowers. So I'm adding the yellow flowers around the yellow bunny, and the pink flowers around the pink bunny, and there'll be the green flowers around the green bunny, etc. So you get the idea. But these are really lovely, these stickers. They're puffy stickers with lots of different designs on them. So you have flowers and hearts and stars, and arrows as well. So lots of different things going on there. So I've just wanted to pull out as many of the flowers as I could get on here, and around the blue bunny as well. I'm just adding some bits and pieces too. So again, mostly flowers. I've got two blue sections, one over on the right and then one at the bottom. So I just needed to make sure that I've got a few bits and pieces around each one, just so that it's a kind of coherent design really. So I don't want to leave the bunny over on the right hand side with no flowers. Poor bunny would be very sad without flowers. I wanted them to match. Okay, and now finally I'm just going to finish off with my title. So instead of having bunny hop, I chopped off the word bunny and I've just got hop, and I'm going to add on. So my title reads Hop On. Off screen I'm going to add a little bit of machine stitching through the word on, and I'm now just handwriting in my journaling underneath the word hop. And that is me done, completely finished. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this layout. I absolutely loved how it turned out. It took me a while to get there, but in the end it turned out really cute. I just love it. Look at those bunny tails. They're just adorable. Look at those. So thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this. Yeah, pick yourself up some Bella Besties because they are totally awesome. Thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Bella Blvd.